the host, prop, concrete, cables, company agent or Vaseline. And another equipment is our digital rebound hammer. Okay, now let me show you how to use it. You can see here I have 5 functions, and the first one is for the foundation piles. It's for the higher model like U910 It tests the underground pile. And for the U910, it has 4 functions: the defect detection of concrete, the strength detection of concrete, depth detection of crack, width detection of crack. Okay, we will introduce the second function for you, the defect detection of concrete. Enter it. Before we do the test, we should fix the props to the concrete. Usually we will use the coupling agent, or you can use Vaseline to fix it. Here you can see it. Here. And we enter the parameter setting. Before each test, we should do the parameter setting before each concrete is different. For example, and what this means, row number and column number. For example, I draw some lines here. This is a simple concrete we prepare for you. It's very small. For example, you need to test very huge concrete or very tall concrete, right? You need to draw some lines on the surface of it to confirm the test area. Usually the distance here is 100 millimeter, and you can draw 5 or 2 or 3 lines. You can set it yourself. For example, 5 and 100 100 100. That means, for example, I draw some lines on the concrete surface, and after we test the first point, we should move it to the second point, the third point, and finally to the last point. Then the total test is in. Okay, here completed, and here you don't need to modify it, and for this you can adjust it yourself. The rule is our host can find the first wave very easy and very smooth. If you can't find the first wave, you can adjust it. Normally it's 0.4 and 1024, or you can adjust it. Now let's set here like this. This don't need to modify. As long as you contact the cable correctly, it's okay.
Instrument has been calibrated before leaving. Usually do not need to calibrate again. After using it for a long time, can refer to the next video for calibration.
You can see they have 5 lines. And then we click simply. See, it can find the first wave automatically, or you can adjust it. The first wave and the wave is very smooth. It means the wave between 2 probes is very stable, and we can do the test. The first point, and we click save, and then we should move it to the next test area. Then also press save, 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 save. When the right circle or right square appear, it means maybe there have some error in the data. So we can remember this and go on. And do it again, for example, and press save, 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 save. Let's complete it first. Save, save, save. Save, save, save. Okay, when all the test points end, our host will inform you. Okay, you can check the data and save it. And after your test, if you want to check the data, for example, we press this and open. This is the data we tested before. You can see there has problem and the data is different. That means there have some defect in the concrete. Then you can analyze it with our software or with your professional knowledge. This function complete. If you think any test point maybe have a problem, you can retest it. Choose the test point and press simply. You can test again, and the data will cover the original data. Okay, after you test it, quit, save. Okay. Okay, now I will introduce the third function of the U910, the strength detection of the concrete. You can see, and we do the parameter setting. And these two, 1, 3, here the number of test points is 3 times of the test areas. For example, 2 here. And the test spacing is here. We already prepared the test concrete mold, and the size is 100 millimeter. So we set here is 100 millimeter, and the angle is the angle for the rebound hammer with this surface. So it's 90 degrees. Okay. And here, the design strength of the concrete, we already here C60. Okay, we can choose it. Then here, you don't need to modify. Okay. And now we do the simply. We already contact the probe and put them beside the concrete, and we do the simple. Our machine can find the fault wave automatically. This is the first point. After our test, press save. And you should move to the second point. And I need to explain to you, for the test point for the ultrasonic probe, it should like this forward. 1, 2, 3, like this. And if for the rebound hammer, it shows this. I will put a photo to explain it to you later. Suppose we have already put it to the next point. Save, save, save. The first test area is complete. The second. Okay, now the test area is complete. And what should we do? We should use the rebound hammer to test the rebound value of this concrete. Let me show you. You can click it. And here, the average rebound. I will show you like this. When you got a rebound value, you can input it here and so on. After all the rebound value, input to the host. Clicked OK. And you can see here, if you have this data, you can input it. And the test area 2, we do the same. Use the rebound hammer to test the strength of the concrete and got the rebound value. And also input it to the host. Now, the second test area is also completed. And press OK. Then press save. You can check the data and open it. You can check the data yourself and check each test point. This part test done. Welcome to Ivan Testing. Now I will introduce you the fourth function of the U910, the wide detection of crack. And I prepare 2 concrete. They have a crack in the middle of it. Today I will teach you how to test it with our camera. Now let's enter the function, enter the menu. First, we should contact the camera. And you can see the light is open, and there have the cover. To protect the camera, you should take it off. Then put it on the crack. And you can do the parameter setting. And for all this, you can adjust it yourself. Now let's do it first. Preview. You can see the crack and move it, adjust it, the angle. Move it very smooth and careful. Our machine can track the concrete automatically, but there have many holes and other things on the surface of the concrete, and maybe it will do the wrong adjust. So you should move it to a clear area. For example, we move it to a crack, and you can see it can judge the width of the concrete automatically, and even the angle not very straight. It can track it. And when you got the data, you can press click Save. When the save is complete, you can check the data yourself. And now for the second function. The first one is for the test, and we have the second one is this monitor. It means it can test the concrete. For example, we set the days, the hours, the minutes, the seconds, and we do the test. It can measure it automatically, and you just need to keep the probe here and put it stable is okay. It will record the data automatically itself. After the time is end, the test will be completed. Okay, stop.
Next step is to test the depth of crack. Parameter settings. Apply coupling agent. First, detect crack-free concrete data. Sampling. Check first wave. Save the first test point data. Move the probe to next test point. Check first wave and test and save data. Move the probe to next test point. Check first wave and test and save data. Now do the across crack test. Follow the prompt of the system. Repeat the test 3 times again. Test done. System will calculate the depth. All tests done.